Hello guys, how are you doing? I trust everybody is well and everybody's alive. So today we have an issue. This is a Gree AC. This is a 4.5 ton. So the issue that we had was it's a floor standing unit. It was showing an error of E1. So after all inspection, after doing my investigation, I ended up finding out that the issue was the compressor itself. So it was showing E1 means high pressure protection. So after I checked with my gauges, I noticed that the valves had an issue, so which means that we need to replace the compressor itself. So this is what I'm going to be doing today. This is the replacement, of which the replacement is this is a Copeland, Copeland scroll compressor. I don't know if you can see that. That's a Copeland scroll. So we're gonna be doing a replacement of this into that. So I'll have a couple of things that I need. I've got my acetylene bottles. I've got this is my favorite actually. This is like a pipe cleaner chemical that I use to flush the pipe. So it's actually pretty good. So I'm gonna use this for that and clean at least inside the pipeline, because you know sometimes if you have issues with compressors, maybe there might be some bits of metal left inside the system, or maybe the oil is pretty bad or it's contaminated, so we need to flush it out. And I also have my flushing kit canister. This is where I'll put the liquid in and then I'll flush it in the pipeline. So this is the task for today. So this is the compressor we're going to replace. This is an Emerson. I'm not sure if you're able to see that clearly. And then this is the unit. Inside the unit, has a contactor. It has its own PCB board, and you have your phase failure relay. And this is the compressor. So unfortunately this one is a Panasonic, but by looking at the the specifications and stuff, they already have it's the same type as the one that I want to replace. They're both scroll compressors, R22 gas refrigerant. So that should be fairly easy. We have some pressure switches over here. We have the low pressure switch and we have the high pressure switch, which is right there. And that's pretty much it of the system. So what I'll need to do is I'll probably need to remove this. This is a crankcase heater. Remove the nuts and bolts. This one has four nuts, so that will be fairly easy. So I think best what I'll need to do is first is to unsweat the joints of both the suction and the discharge. The suction is the bigger pipe and then the discharge is the smaller pipe. This is about 3/8 and this is 3/4 size. So I need to do that. We really need a lot of heat on this pipe because it's such a big pipe. You have to be very careful also. Maybe there might be pressure inside, so you have to be very, very careful. But make sure you heat the socket until it's cherry red hot. just like so. And then we can start to try to pull it out. Yeah, see already, this is easy. It's already out. And then now the suction is a bit big, so this will need a lot of heat, and you have to just heat it right round. Try to heat it right round so all that heat penetrates. Then I'm using an adjustable just to pull it out. If once it melts. Just like so. So it means you have to increase the heat. You can increase the heat, but I hope you're able to see. Once it's all heated up, you can try to shake it a little bit. Try to shake it a little bit. If it doesn't want to move, you need to heat it up a little bit more. Doesn't want to budge. Yeah, it's coming slowly now. Yeah, shows that all the heat has gone right through. There we go. There we go. That's the easy part. So then just wait it until it cools down a little bit. Then probably what we'll do is we'll just remove the nuts and the bolts at the bottom. Just wait until it cools down, and once it cools down, you can see already this is off now. That is off also for the suction. So a lot of people, they ask what does each pipe do? So the main basic principle of refrigeration, you have these two pipes. This is your liquid pipe. This is the one that actually goes directly to your evaporator, and this is the one that brings the gas. So it's just liquid pipe and gas pipe, or vapor, whatever you call it. So yeah guys, I'm back. Wow, yeah, finally I got the compressor out. So but it wasn't easy, because you see one of the legs, it was touching on here, on this part here, so it was pretty difficult, but I'm happy I got this baby out. So now what I need to do is I need to flush the system using that chemical that I showed you, the pipe flushing chemical. And what I will do is I'm gonna flush the indoor. So I'll basically flush from the discharge side, goes to the indoor, and if there's any contaminants, any oil, anything, it will come out from the suction. This is for the indoor. Then for the outdoor unit, I will basically flush my chemical from here, then it will go right up to the coil, right through the coil until it comes back out. So it will come out from here, this port here. Sorry, I don't know if you can see this port. So at least that way I'll know my system is clean, and even when I do the installation of the compressor, I'll know that the compressor is pretty good. Because one thing I'm sure a lot of HVAC technicians, they totally understand about scroll compressors. The issues with scroll compressors is if there's any issues like with the oils contaminated, or if you dump a lot of liquid inside, that scroll can get damaged easily. It's a very fragile compressor. It's not like other compressors, so you have to just bear in mind that for your system to be working at optimal, for it to perform well, you need to clean internally in the pipe to find if there's anything inside, just making sure that everything is okay, and you're also satisfied after the unit is running. So if you haven't subscribed, please try to subscribe on my channel. And if you have any questions, any doubts, or any issues that you may have encountered, please feel free to share with me. I can help you in the best way I can. You know, this is actually a very broad career, and we face a lot of troubleshooting a lot of times in different systems, different brands. So this will be a very good platform for all of us who are willing to even learn, and those who are also already in the field. So let me get to flushing now. Wow guys, look at the weather, look at how beautiful it is, and the sun is about to set. Looks so beautiful out here. Just take some time to appreciate life and the place that we are at right now. Anyway, so what I've done is I've flushed the system. I was using the can, that's the type of cleaner that I was telling you about. It's a Chinese brand. So what it is, it's like for pipeline cleaner, air conditioning pipeline cleaner. You can also use this for also vehicles, for ACs for the vehicle. In fact, this is what is actually made, but it's almost similar to certain type of cleaners that are usually used. So it's very good, user friendly, and also, like, you know, it's not harmful to the environment. But as always, you need to have safety first. So yeah, I've cleaned the pipes, so you can see they're nice and shiny, and they're ready for me to fix the compressor. So let me get to do that now. Okay, compressor is in now. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start with the suction pipe. This is fairly a bigger pipe, and definitely this will take a lot of heat, and I'll do the discharge after, and then making sure that all the electric wires are off. Safety first. Put on your gloves, your goggles, safety boots, and all that kind of stuff, and just take precautions. Yeah, once I'm done, I will show you how it will look like. I was afraid that was going to happen. forgive me guys. So I don't have much lighting anymore, but I've done the welding part. So now I want to do a pressure leak test. So I've already welded that in, and I'm putting pressure now. So I'll probably leave it overnight and probably come back on Saturday and then have a look and see if the pressure is still holding. Hey guys, it's Saturday today, and I trust you guys are having a lovely weekend. So yeah, from the last video for this machine, the Gree 4.5 ton, I did a compressor replacement, and so the last thing that I did was a pressure leak test. So our pressure was about 150. So as we can see, 150 is still holding, so which means that there's no leak in the system. So which means now we need to pull vacuum, so which is good news. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull vacuum. First I need to release the the pressure that's in the system already. I use nitrogen for my leak testing. Some they prefer using the vacuum mode, like vacuuming, but usually if it's a long pipe run, I wouldn't suggest that. So I normally prefer putting nitrogen in the system and then leaving it probably overnight. That's actually a very good way of assessing if the unit has any leaks. But usually you check the leaks of the way you did your welding. If so, you find that there's no bubbles by using your bubble soap or whatever the case may be, or they use some blue, I think they call it something blue, whatever. Yeah, you can check for if there's any leaks there. No, but if there's any also existing leaks, you probably even find you'll find it in the system if there's any issues. But so far so good. We have no complaints, and I think everything is going according to schedule. So I'm gonna release the pressure that's within, and then I will perform a vacuum. Yeah, I've got my vacuum pump connected already, and I'm gonna pull vacuum for both sides, low and high side. So all my manifold gauges open on the low side and on the high side, so it's fully open, and then we can start pulling our vacuum. So with this system, I would prefer pulling it maybe for about 30 to 45 minutes, so that at least we know that if there's any issues in the system within the pipes internally, all the moisture or anything can be removed. So in air conditioning and refrigeration, there's no taking shortcuts. These are the processes I advise every single technician to follow, the guidelines and the processes, and not to take shortcuts, because otherwise once you take a shortcut, then it means you have to restart and do the whole process again. So yeah, let's just focus now on vacuuming, and then eventually the next stage after that, that's gas charging. So yeah, finally we've got a runner. And usually when you're replacing three-phase compressors, usually sometimes the rotation for the screw, usually if it's making a loud sound, what you normally do is you just switch the phases, the two phases, the last two. So what I did was, the first time when I ran, it was making a loud sound. Then I just switched these two wires, the purple and the black, and then now it's running perfect. So now I'm charging R22 refrigerant, and so far it seems to be okay. So yeah, pretty quiet, and which is pretty good. So far so good. She's been running for the past 15-20 minutes now, and the pressures have stabilized, and we have about 60 psi on the low side, and then we have about just above 250 psi on the high side. So far I think this is pretty good, and this is actually good pressures, and I checked with the pressure chart. It looks okay, so we'll probably leave her running for maybe the next 30 minutes or so, then it's a wrap. Yeah, I've buttoned her up, and so far so good. She looks good, and I'll be monitoring this unit throughout the whole week just to see how it performs. Thank you so much for watching my video. I really appreciate it. If you have any comments or anything, please feel free to write down a comment. If you have any questions, have any doubts about any issues that you're facing, it's such a good platform for us to share and you know, communicate as a team, you know, like HVAC team. And if you're willing to learn, to start a fresh new career, this is actually best time to look into my videos. And please feel free to subscribe, and yeah, I'll catch you on the next one. So yeah, this is the indoor floor standing unit. Sorry guys for the lighting, it's pretty bad. It's pretty dark now. So yeah, it's actually cooling well, and set point is on 16. So yeah, we have about like four systems like that. So this one seems to be cooling pretty well, which is really good. This is good news. So let's see how it goes during the week.